end of March into April is normally the worst time for the drought. It's the driest time of the year, and the year we normally have water restriction anyway. Because of the prolonged period of low rainfall, it is particularly severe this year. And I think the residents in the corporate area, especially those served by the Mona and the Hope and Wisconsin Spring, have been experiencing even more severe rationing over the last couple of weeks because we have reached this stage. I took a decision to see what is happening here physically today, because I'm aware of the problem we are facing. This one, which is at about 25–26% storage right now. We still have some inflows, and the plan really is to just take off what is coming in. And at this moment, we are getting up between 4 and 5 million gallons per day. So we monitor it and take out what is coming in. So that's why we have not fell below the 25% storage for quite some time. The drought mitigation program, which have been alluded to in the press, have been ongoing. Beside rationing, we have been trucking water, but we in fact redirected much of our energy to getting into production a number of wells which we had dormant and which we were trying bringing on stream anyway. We fast-tracked the work. There are 3 of them in the corporate area. Hampstead Park, which we have alluded to before, we expect not more than 10 days more work to get it fully up and going. We are seeking to bring on a bigger well at Rennock Lodge. We'll have to close one and bring on the bigger one and increase the production at the camp well. Between those 3, we will get up to 3 million gallons of water per day. It could be more, but let's be conservative and say 3. And in St. Catherine Plains, we have brought on 3 additional wells. We fast-tracked the operation. There's a well H near Steigerville Road. There's a Cookson well out in the Portmore area, and the Government Park well 1 and 2 NIC wells. Together, they will bring us another up to nearly 4 million gallons per day. And once we get these in place, we'll be able to stabilize the supply for the entire corporate area, because the network of lines cover all the entire corporate area, and you can then shift water around. In other words, the Portmore water will stay in Portmore and can bring more into the corporate area. The wells, have you noticed, in the Hampstead camp and Rennock Lodge is more to the east, so again you can lock off that side of the Recoba supply and bring more water up into the Mona section. So it will ensure we can stabilize the supply and you get better pressure. We'll not be able to give you all day supply, but by the end of the 2-week period, we will be able to give water to all the corporate areas some time of the day. We're looking at about 4 hours for everyone, at least. Some areas will have all day, as they are having now, depending on their well site. But we'll be able to give those areas who are having serious rationing at least 4 hours of water per day minimum. Certainly going into the summer, we have some more wells coming on stream in St. Catherine, which will allow us to provide adequate supply. But we will need a rainfall in May to ensure we can give you 24 hours, 365 days a year. Of course, once we have finished our major upgrade of the Stonehill, Seaview, Constant Spring, and the additional supply in St. Catherine, we will give you regular supply, but that's still 24 months down the road. That we're using capital from the Water Commission cash flow, which is itself depleted because of the drought. But by the end of the month, we're looking at almost 10 million gallons of water per day in new supply, and that will stabilize the supply in the corporate area until the rain comes. So it is a challenging time for both those of us who operate the system and for the residents who depend on the water supply. But the work is going on, and I think those who are involved are working hard at it. Up to last night, we had the government electrical inspector out at 5 o'clock inspecting the electrical work at Government Park Well 1 in order to activate that well today. And the residents, while frustrated and hurting, can take some comfort that we are working hard, and we expect to stabilize the station within the 4-week period. And certainly, as I said, the work goes on, and by the end of the 24-month period, the corporate area will have adequate water supply for its residents. In the medium term, we have to do another refocusing, so to speak. Once we get the capital works out of the way, we have to activate a good conservation program in terms of education, maybe some incentives to use the the technology for conservation. We'll have to look at incorporating something into the National Building Act, and we have to look at some additional techniques to conserve our own water. We have said it before, but I say it again since the academics have pointed it out. Things like well recharge, which is really how you store water in aquifers, we'll have to look at doing that over the next few years so we can ensure our well water remain of good quality and an adequate supply. So what we want to do is to correct the acute situation and lay the foundation for sustainability. Our mitigation program is proceeding aggressively. We have ordered the trucks, which we'll have for emergency use, but we are going private trucking, as we said. But we'll have some emergency capacity in the Water Commission. We had to seek different funding, so they are a little bit late in coming. And the rest of the program is proceeding satisfactorily, and I said within the next 4 weeks we can stabilize the situation in the corporate